Good morning and welcome to another episode of Garden on a Hill. In today's episode, I'm going to do a quick midsummer garden tour for 2020 here in my garden in Zone 7B in Atlanta, Georgia. So come with me and I'll show you around my vegetable garden. Are you ready for the garden tour? Okay. All right, well, good morning. I'm in Zone 7B here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and this is my midsummer garden tour. Starting from the top, as you know, my plot slopes there. That's the higher portion, and it goes down here. Just a general overview. That is where the flowering beds are, the 2 to 3 foot tall plants, and all the vining trellises and plants in between them. So come on and let's go around. Let's check this out. Sushi, are you gonna come? Come on, let's go. All right, so I'll start from the top. These are the zinnias, marigolds, doing very well. They just started to bloom. Things may be droopy today because it was just been raining. These are the cosmos, and they haven't flowered yet. I don't know why, but we'll wait for it. Otherwise, everything looks good. Flowers are looking great. I do have a giant sunflower that just came out yesterday. Probably about 14 foot tall now. So I think it's drooping because of all the rain, but that's pretty much the flower beds. These are okras, squash, and beans. So as you can see, I planted my okras very closely and they're starting to fruit. All this is patty pan squash. This is, I think this is big kahuna bean. But that's this bed right here. And this bed is actually reflected on this bed as well. So it's the same beds. Pooch, stop that. He's trying to pee in the deck. But this was all my hard work on the Japanese eggplants, which I thought were going to die. But look at this. I mean, things are drooping because of the water, but look at all this amazing fruit everywhere. We've been harvesting this every day and it's just been a ton. So we've been gorging on eggplants this summer, but that's all of them. These are all Japanese eggplants. Now these are my Rosa Bianca eggplants. Both of these have, 2 separate videos online. You want to check them out, but again, still blooming, still giving more fruit. Same with these damn peppers. These peppers are just loaded with fruit. These are sweet banana peppers. They're everywhere. I have about 9 plants, but it's just packed with them. And these are cow horn peppers, the spicier kind. But they're also blooming pretty well. All right. This is another Asian green. This is called Egyptian spinach. As you can see, if you scroll back through my previous videos, these were so small. And look at how big they are now. We've been harvesting them every day. All right. So that ends this 2 to 3 foot tall portion of the garden. This is where my sun comes from, that side. There's an overcast right now. So all my short plants are here. And then these are my tall trellises. So first of all, we have these giant 2 foot long asparagus beans on this whole row. I should say 2 foot long asparagus beans. And they are fruiting very well. What is it? Are you guys scared? Oh, they heard a firework. Hey. Anyway, so several different kinds of tomatoes, about 12 foot tall now, I would say. And, some other greens here. Kangkongs, new okras coming out. So what I do here in this area is I let the beans go up and then they shade these tomatoes, which we've been harvesting so much. I mean, there's still tomatoes everywhere and we're not even touching them. Some of them are falling to the ground. Some of them are just still starting to bear fruit. Like, look at this one. This is probably a good 12 foot tall now. But this is a line of tomatoes. I'm gonna show you one tomato that's really funny. So this one has no leaves. I took all the leaves out because it died of disease, but then it's sprouting a new tomato plant. So quite happy with that. This area has, I think, okay, Kentucky green beans. So you can see. These are Blue Lake, I should say. I think Kentucky is on the other ones. Tons of bees here. Now this is the chayote starting to crawl up and cast some shade here above my bird feeder. Marketmore 76 cucumbers. This is a good variety you want to plant because it's under all this shade. But look how much cucumber it's producing. We've been harvesting it too. Tons of flowers. You'll notice I take a lot of leaves out and dispose of them to keep some good circulation. It's been working well. I've been producing more fruit, less disease. Like, look how much leaves I take out. And I just basically take that out of the garden, put it on compost. Some more tomatoes. Look at this one. This one's been fruiting so much. Getting up there. Another set of beans here. I think this is actually Blue Lake. I think this is Kentucky. So this is Kentucky green. All right. More of the Asian greens here. It's called kangkong, swamp cabbage, water spinach, some peppers. I have the loofah plant here. This is a loofah plant. Another loofah plant right here. It's not fruiting yet, but it's gonna get there. Another set of loofah plants here, and then squash under them. All right, and then some new beans. So I'll probably plant new squash here or something else because borers got into the roots and they ate the squash, but that's fine. More tomatoes and beans. You can see there's a forest of food here. Now, this is another set of green beans here. We like beans. Family likes beans, so we have a ton. Pole beans. Look at all these flowers from all these different squashes that we have. We have a ton of squash. And then I planted new tomatoes, actually. It's another tomato. It's actually flowering now, setting flowers. Look at that. So we'll get more tomatoes soon. And then, I'm sorry being so unorganized here because I'm trying to chase before it rains. Looks like it's gonna rain. The last row of trellises here are what we call bitter melon. These are Asian gourds that they're very bitter. My mom likes them. That's why we plant them. But look at how much fruit they have. They look very weird, right? It's like a wrinkly melon, which is exactly what it is, and it's bitter. So we have that everywhere. That's kind of how the garden looks like right now. I mean, there's going to be a ton of mess because I'm trying to prune out leaves, as you can see, in between the pavers. But that's how I keep it disease-free, and that's how I keep tomatoes from fruiting, because these vines cast shade on the tomatoes. And tomatoes like the sun, but they don't like too much heat sometimes. They tend to be stressed out. And from this method of planting them in between the trellises, it's been working very well. And we actually have a ton of tomatoes, a ton of vines, and a ton of fruit. So that is just a general overview of what the garden looks like right now on this garden tour. I hope you get inspired by this. I'm probably gonna do more detailed videos about how to do this garden setup because people are asking, and I will post that video in probably the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. and thank you for watching my videos.